Hey, it's Natalie from Nat Christmas Autism. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be covering various topics. That's why I think I'm going to call this video various, is because it's going to be about various topics. So the first topic is going to be on puzzle piece. The symbol for autism is a puzzle piece, and usually you see red, yellow, and blue, but the color for autism awareness day or month is blue, which is like really cool because it gives me a color to dress up as. So I always go all out. It's Awareness Day, which is why you'll see my YouTube profile photo has changed, is because it's Autism Awareness Month, and I wanted to change it a little bit. And also, I wanted to talk about the puzzle piece too, and it's actually. Some autistic people have problems with it, but I like it because for a few reasons. One, every puzzle piece is unique. Just like autistic people, it's a whole spectrum, and even if people who fit under the spectrum are different, every autistic person is different. You know, one may be more functioning than others, but also the way that autism applies to them is also different. And I thought that's a cool way to show it in a puzzle, like for something we're trying to understand. And you're putting the pieces together because you're trying to piece together, okay, this is the different attributes of the person that I'm trying to understand. And instead of looking at each individual piece, you look at, to understand the picture of the person, you look at the whole thing to understand them. And that's why I like the puzzle piece. And also, I wrote, in my senior year of high school, I wrote a thesis on autism, specifically Asperger's. It was a mixture of autism and Asperger's, and I talked about me and I talked about how it applied to me, and also these are the attributes. If you wanna if you want me to send it to you, comment on this video or send me an email, and that's where this comes in. I have an email I want to use for my channel. It's going to be in every description, but it's called natautismcontact@gmail.com. And if you want to send me a letter or write me, or you want to receive anything from me, just email me at that email I just mentioned. It will be in the description of this video as well. natautismcontact@gmail.com. And if you want to receive my thesis, you can also email me, and I will email you from that email. And also, I will write back if you send me an email. And if you want to know more about me, if you're new to this channel, or if you just want to share about yourself, I would love to read about yourself. And also, the final thing I wanted to talk about today is different characters. I'm gonna talk about, because it's me, I have to talk about TV. So this one's gonna be about characters with different names. No, characters that have the same name but in different shows. So we're going to start with the name Leo. So I included on this on my phone. I have it on my phone. It's going to be Leo Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. versus Leo Dooley from Lab Rats. So I'm going to talk about each of those. So Leo Fitz is computer engineer of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Coulson's team, and his name is, he's best friends with Gemma Simmons, who is a biochemist. And he happens to be my favorite character in the show, and Fitzsimmons, they're like my second favorite couple in TV. My first being Star and Marco from Star Force of Evil. If you want to watch more about why I love them so much, watch my Starco video. I have a video called Starco, Why I Love Them So Much. So watch that if you want to understand why Star and Mark are my favorites. I love Fitzsimmons so much because they're one of my favorite best friends to lover story, because Fitz is in love with Simmons, but she views him as a friend, and then when he sacrificed for her, then he gets brain damage. then you kind of see their relationship grow and then become a couple, but then they keep getting torn apart, but then they end up getting a happy ending because they love each other so much, and it's so sweet. Anyway, and then you have Leo Dooley from Lab Rats, who's this kid who moves in with his stepdad, and he meets his 3 bionic siblings, Adam, Bree, and Chase, and he's real funny, and he gets a bionic arm that shoots lasers and has super strength, and then he gets a bionic leg later when both get crushed, so he has to get replaced. Although I love Leo, he's one of my favorites. Him, Bree, and Chase. Leo, then Bree and Chase are my 3 favorite characters in the show. I think Leo Fitz I like better because he's just amazing. Anyway, now I'm going to talk about Bree. So, Bree Davenport is one of the main characters that I just mentioned in Lab Rats. So she has super speed and super agility, and she has vocal manipulation later discovered, and wall sticking and stuff like that. So I like her, and she gets invisibility later. I like her. She's real funny. She's the only girl on the team, but that's not why I like her. She's funny, and she stands up for her brothers, even though they drive her crazy. And then I like, there's Bree from Disney Zombies, and she's best friends with Addison, who's my favorite character in Zombies. But I think I'm going to go with Bree Davenport's better. Who's the best Milo? So I would say Milo Murphy from Milo Murphy's Law versus Milo from Atlantis. I've never seen Atlantis, so I wouldn't know exactly, but what I've read about him versus Milo. I love Milo Murphy's Law. I like it. It's a spinoff of Phineas and Ferb. It's real funny. It's about the great descendants of the original creator Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And he goes on all these adventures with his bad luck. And he's real funny and now positive. And he always gets repaired with a backpack that can, like, an infinite backpack that can hold like anything in it. It's like Mary Poppins' bag. So anyway, Milo from Atlantis versus Milo Murphy. I think I choose Milo Murphy. Then you have, who's the best Jack? So you have Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean versus Jack from Incredibles. Jack from Incredibles has a lot of powers, and he's funny. He's a baby. He always escapes. My favorite scene in Incredibles 2 is when he fights the raccoon with his laser eyes. And then Jack Sparrow is the main character in Pirates of the Caribbean. Go with Jack from Incredibles. Best Miles. So you have Miles Morales he's the African-American Spider-Man. He takes, in his dimension, he takes over after Peter Parker dies. And he's the main character of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I haven't read his comics yet, but I'm planning on it. I like him in all the shows I've seen. Of course, there's Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog, which I haven't played a lot of the Sonic games, but based on the movie I just saw, Sonic 2, it's a real hard choice. I think I'm going to go with Miles Morales. Okay, so best Peter, you have Peter Parker from Marvel, Peter Pevensey Narnia, and Peter Quill, the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you have Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, who happens to be my second favorite Marvel character. Peter Pevensey Narnia kind of annoys me with his arrogance, but he still looks after his siblings, and it's really cool. Quill, Guardian, I like him, although I think I'm going to go with Peter Parker because he's my favorite Marvel character. Emma H2O. Emma is like my favorite character, one of my favorite characters in H2O, just in water. Although she moved away, and she's not in the 3rd season. I miss her so much in the 3rd season, just doesn't feel right without her. Then Emma Ross from Jessie and Bunked. That's a hard one. Because Emma's very sweet and ditzy, but she's also the oldest Ross sibling. I think I'm going to go with Emma from H2O. Maya Hart, Girl Meets World versus Maya Bennett, Sweet Life on Deck. I love Maya Hart because she's played by Sabrina Carpenter, but I like her bond with Sean. My favorite characters, though, are Sparkle and Smackle from Girl Meets World. Because Fargo's funny and Smackle's the autistic girl. And I think Maya Bennett is Zach's first real relationship until she dumps him, which makes me really sad, which makes me not like her as much. But I think I'm going to go with Maya from Sweet Life on Deck. Best Olivia. Olivia from Lemonade Mouth is the main character. She's played by Bridget Mendler. I love her. Then Liv Rooney from Liv and Maddie. She's my favorite character from Liv and Maddie, so they can go with Liv Rooney. Daisy Johnson / Sky is a Shield. Daisy Duck. Daisy Johnson's one of the main characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's played by Chloe Bennett. And she becomes Quake. She's originally known as Sky, but then because her real name and her parents, and she goes on with Daisy Johnson, then she becomes known as the Vigilante Quake, although she doesn't name herself that. The public does. Really like. Sorry, that was my phone. Daisy Duck is Donald's girlfriend. They're gonna go with Daisy Johnson. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'll probably do another scene on my next video. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to send me an email, go ahead. See ya. Bye.